Akwa Ibom people. But let's move away from that. In 2015, the Akwa Ibom state government had said that some Akwa Ibom people will be trained in Israel on automobile, and of course, as part of the factory, the assembling plant, automobile assembling plant that was built into local government area. Fast forward from 2015, there has been no such move carried out by the state government. Eventually, after the COVID-19 lockdown in 2019, we were told that the people who were selected and were built to move couldn't do that as a result of the COVID-19 restrictions. And of course, information reaching us says that the state government recently did, the selection process for the Akwa Ibom people who will be trained in Israel on automobile production. And of course, you as the chairman of CLO and your team among all the stakeholders were invited to that event. So could you please bring parliamentarians up to speak on the selection process and all the things that happened within that event?
Yes, this is one project that the CLO takes to heart. We recall that we went around tracking project of the current administration, and we toured around the state, all the roads that the government has done and the industries the government has attracted. One project that we keep on keeping track is the Mishak Automobile Technologies, which is simply known as the car assembling plant in Ikoroka. Excellency, the governor, shortly after his swearing in as the governor in 2015, went to Ikoroka and performed the groundbreaking of the car assembling plant. And thereafter, there have been nothing on ground. We keep on monitoring it. I have been there severally myself as a person, as a journalist, and then CLO has severally, embarked on tour of the site, just to ensure that the government, fulfill its promise to the citizens of the state. Last week, the management of the plant and then the Ministry of Economic Development that is overseeing the plant invited CLO to come and witness the process that is leading to selection of the 20 persons that will be sent to Israel for training. We were there, and then about 55 persons turned up for the exercise, cutting across automobile mechanics, automobile painters, spray painters, panel beaters, automobile electricians, and the rest. And then they were screened. We sat at the panel, watched the process. They were screened. When we asked the management and the ministry officials how was the process of selection, they said it was opened, through the ministry for everyone to partake. That they actually invited over 90 persons, but so far only 55, were able to turn up across the state. We know that people came from across the state. From what we had, some people from Mbo, from Ini, from Ikono, and the rest. And so we interfaced with them, watched the process. After the screening, the management told them that they, apart from the theory, which is what they did that Friday, that they will be made to, engage in actual practical, training, practical exercise, where they will be given the motor, present a faulty car for them to fix, and then the welders will be asked to weld. Those into painting will be asked to spray, and the rest, so that they can now actually pick out the best 20 from there. And they also said that they are going to have a car filter plant. Now, even those who may not make the 20, the remaining ones could be used in the filter plant. That is, you have car filter, fuel filter in car. So they are also going to, have a fuel filter factory, where those who could not make up the 20 names will be employed and trained on how to work in the car fuel filter plant. So oil filter plant. So this is what we saw at the weekend, and for us it was a good development, because we believe that when the government invests the state fund in any project, that it must be seen to the letter. Now this is under PPP and is a private owned company, like we've seen Mishak. So the government only provides the enabling environment through the foreign direct investment, and then government is involved through the Ministry of Economic Development. So questions have been asked, who is the owner of the plant? The plant is owned by Mishak. The government only provides the enabling environment for this plant to filter. We've went to other projects, other plants that the government has also brought in. I'm not here to blow the trumpet of the government. I'm saying that what CLO is doing, we criticize government where the government is not doing well, like we mentioned, of the issue of the waste management in the state. And then the government has done well, we'll be here to say government has done well, because ours is to ensure that we put government to check.
All right, now, judging from what you saw at the inauguration and selection process, is there a guarantee that this persons will be leaving the shores of Nigeria for Israel anytime soon to commence the training exercise proper?
Yeah, from what we are told, during the practical will also be invited, because we are going to follow through the process to ensure that it is not just on the media, but the actual the people who are actually selected have been asked or been moved to Israel. We are told that between November and December that they will be moved to Israel for a 6 weeks training. Now, why they need the best from these persons is because the training in Israel is not going to be a training for the beginner.
Beginners, yeah.
You must have been a mechanic, a welder, a painter. You must have known the job, just to give you an idea of what the plant you are coming to work as a pioneer staff looks like and what it needs to couple. Because just is how to couple the engine, how to couple the car, and then because what they're doing is to bring in this car in pieces, and then you are going to couple them. If there is need to paint, you paint it, you spray it, you do all the electrical works, and then the cars are put out. For me, if you know the Lagos economy, the BTR in Lagos rake in several millions of naira daily for the state government. If we are able to have a car assembling plant in Akwa Ibom, and this will be the first in the south,
not just a car assembling plant, a functional
car assembling plant. It will create employment for people in the state. It will boost our economy. We have the Ibom Air. If we have the car assembling plant, government also got involved in the shipyard that the government also got involved for shipping. So if these factories are involved, are working, including the Bakadis depot, cost life. You can now imagine what the government will be doing, and in the next government that's coming on board will be reaping all this investment, and then the state economy will be boosted, the employment will be created. Our youth will be gainfully employed and gainfully engaged. Currently, our youth are engaged mostly in politics. Do you know that there is the flour mill factory in Ona? Those who are coming to reap from this are those from outside the state. When the CLO went on tour to track the project, what we saw was that those that came to get this flour came from outside the state. Same thing happened. The syringe factory. People are coming from elsewhere to get the syringes. Whereas here we are asking, why must it be in Ona? Why must it be in Susu place? Instead of finding a way to key in and also make a fortune out of it.
All right, I'd like to pause you then. We head out to take our first recess to take the news on the hour of 9. And of course, when we come back, the People's Parliament will continue. But before that, I think some of the problems facing Akwa Ibom and some of the enterprises put in place by the present administration is what we'll extensively deal on when we come back from the break. Just stay with us, parliamentarians.